Welcome this morning. We have how would I say this? A beautiful morning planned. It'll be brisk, so breathe with us as we move through it. We're starting off with Harold Moses. And for those of you who've been here, you know Harold's many gifts. This is an accomplished musician, an esotericist, and a scientist, as far as I'm concerned, in so many ways, a vibration. So we are once again blessed to have Harold with us.
So I'm going to speak, of course, about overtones. How could I not? I'm so convinced that it all is overtones, that we are overtones, that the entirety of cosmos is a great collection of overtones emanating from some central signal, some central source, some place of energetic activity. And I'm going to talk some today about energy systems, and energy systems are simple. They're everything. Everything that is happening is some flow of energy. Everything that is happening is something that is preparing the next moment to happen. We're going to have a chart here in a moment, so I want you to please look at your handout. What we'll see on the screen will be a smaller version of this chart, but it's interactive, and there's a link directly under this picture that will take you to this very version. And I'm going to go through it twice because we'll have an opportunity to just see how the overtones lay out. I think whenever there's a pattern that exists in nature, it's very important to pay attention to that pattern. Patterns reveal things to us. They are more than puzzles. They are also coordinated formulae. So when we see a pattern happening, we become very interested in the mathematics of it. So you have this large circle here, and that circle is a collection of coordinates on a map. So if you start right at the beginning, we can call that one vibration, and if you wind the spiral upward, you'll see two vibrations. But pause there for a moment and look all the way up. You'll see 4 and 8 and 16 and 32 and 64. These are all octaves to one another. So we have our fundamental frequency, which we will call a 1, which becomes as it vibrates and doubles, because octaves double their cycles, 2-to-1 ratios. So it goes from a 1 to a 2 to a 4 to a 6 to an 8 and so on. So I'm sorry, to an 8 and a 6, 8 and 12, 16. I can't read, and apparently can't do the math in my mind. So if we start in the middle then and begin a outward winding spiral, a counterclock or a clockwise spiral, we'll see that the 2 next encounters a 3. That is the interval of the perfect fifth in relation to the 2, and that's the next overtone that occurs. We keep winding the spiral. The next overtone that occurs is the 4. We're back to the octave. Now we're going to keep winding out, and you can run this with a pencil, or when you get on screen, you'll have the opportunity. Oh, all right. There, the lowest. There's the octave higher. And now there's the 5th. And there's the octave higher. And there is the 3rd. And there's the 5th. Here's the awkward number 7 for the church. There's the 8. And so on. We keep subdividing. Well, not the most sonorous sound. Anyway, you can go online and you can click that link, and over on the left-hand side, there's an opportunity to slide a slider that represents frequency. So you can say, well, what does that sound like at 220 hertz, for instance, or feels like a 375 day. Let's hear what that sounds like. Also on the right, you'll see a display of the note name and the actual frequency. So it gives you a chance, especially when you slide all the way down to 100, so your mind can deal with easy numbers. I like easy numbers. Don't give me things with decimal points. Give me some 1 to 10, and we can talk. So when you look on the side, you'll be able to see, okay, we start out at 100. Look at that. The first overtone is a 200. Not a surprise. It's an octave. The next is a 300. That's the 5th. The next is a 400. There's the next octave. And you'll be able to follow around because you're actually touching the button to hear how it sounds. I think it's a tremendous tool. So I want to say this is a ladder to the higher realms. The reason I say it's a ladder, it's because it's the ladder that nature uses. This is the overtone series. You know, I heard a concert with Peter Schickley many years ago, and he made some comment as PDQ Bach, and the audience laughed, and he said, "You can't have an opinion on truth, it's just truth." When it comes to harmonics, we can have all sorts of opinions, but the bottom line is it's just truth. And it's happening everywhere. Right now, every place you can imagine, every place you see, everything that you are, everything that you can imagine, everything that you feel, it's all a harmonic proposition. It is frequency, and those frequencies are speaking to one another. And one of the things we'll discover today is there is no such thing as a single frequency. Frequencies carry others with them. So this you could consider a vibrational Jacob's ladder, which moves from the low to the high. In this case, a spiral staircase of sorts, and as well a swirling vortex of energetic momentum. Harmonic fire, a field effect caused by frequencies which are optimally tuned, resulting in hyper-resonant flashes, arcs, sparks, and assorted fires. So this is the definition I'm using of harmonic fire. It's a field effect, first of all, and we can consider a field effect anything that happens in the field. It's a field effect caused by frequencies which are optimally tuned, because the harmonic overtone system is a system based on very pristine, precise mathematics. We can say that it is optimally tuned. It results in hyper-resonant flashes, arcs, sparks, and assorted fires. Show me some, right? Well, I can show you some on the sun. We have examples of that whenever we see an eruption on the surface of the sun, and one of these great flashes of beauty that comes up, which was often described as the terrible anger of the sun. Seriously. So when we see those happening, that is a place on the sun of hyperresonance. It is a place where the waves that bounce around inside the sphere in this very beautiful fashion in all of these directions come to a point. Everybody combines in this one point, and there is a flash, an eruption, a spark, a fire. Wherever there is resonance, the potential exists for hyperresonance, a state in which the energy of the signal is exponentially amplified. Essentially, the volume gets turned up, and it happens for free. Very important information. With sufficient amplitude and duration, the harmonically optimized system, i.e. the harmonic series, will generate a rush of harmonic overtones which spiral tighter and finer until they reach a point of radiant discharge. At such a point of discharge, the field effect occurs. Harmonic fire is achieved. It is a remarkable fire, an electrically dynamic, shimmering, quivering, leading edge. Hyper-optimalization can be discovered in any energetic system which is well tuned and sympathetically invested. In such a system, the output of any signal is amplified by means of a resonant pathway. Well, you know, this ratio of the 3 to 2, I've talked about that many times, the interval of the perfect fifth, sounds like this. That ratio is not only buried in the harmonic overtone series itself, but it also is a formula when two frequencies align with one another in the interval of the perfect fifth. They wind up creating a multiplicity of uniform vibration that combines and co-combines. So there is, in fact, a way to combine signals, i.e. two notes tuned to the interval of the perfect fifth, and create incredibly dynamic, energetic systems. It's the event horizon of a black hole, actually. Scientists theorized that there would be a signal at 3 hertz, and there was, or 3 kilohertz, and there was this signal that they found. They also found one at 4.5. They said, we don't know what that means. It's like 4.5, 3. Oh, 3 to 2. So the event horizon of a black hole is the interval of the perfect fifth. There are many examples of this interval that occur. One could think of harmonics as a neural pathway for God's mind. However, it would be limiting to do so. As well, the path of harmony is used as a propagational highway for the sympathetic resonance of the heart of God. Lest you think my thoughts are lofty, I submit that the vibrational thoughts of all frequency domains are lofty, for ever upward is their flow, and ever finer is their goal. I just want to say one thing about the chart. When you see the chart, you'll see 1 in the center, and then 2, and this nice big winding outward. It's actually drawn for the sake of being able to read all the numbers, because the chart moves inward. It gets finer and finer. It is like the wind of the edge of a screw, and it gets smaller and smaller, and as we get down, as the coordinates get finer and finer, that's where this point of resonance is for radiant discharge. Perfection is not an abstract concept to the universe. It is well known and well sought. In the grand scheme of things, in the fixed design, energetic systems are compelled to participate passionately in propagational activity. In the very best sense of the word, our cosmic home is a free-for-all of love. Every frequency strives for harmony by mandate. The entirety of vibration is crested and troughed, wave-formed and particled, overtoned and undertoned. Intelligently intended, intoned intonation. Every vibration seeks harmony with other vibrations. It's one of those laws you can feel good about. In all systems, vibrations combine and co-combine, sometimes destructively, but in the case of harmonics, constructively. In the world of harmony, all notes matter. And that, a play on words, I say, for all of matter hath its day resultant from harmonics play. Precipitation is the way. Just a reminder that matter does not vibrate, vibration matters. Singular vibrations exist, though entirely in theory. And by the way, when I speak of vibration today, I invite you to include yourself. I invite you to include your soul. I invite you to include your psyche. All of these things are vibrational manifestations were we only able to understand the coordinates. No vibration travels alone. All vibrations travel as bundled information, fractal Fibonaccified finesse. Frequencies are laden with sympathetic overtones. They can't help themselves, really. It's the good vine which produces an abundance of fruit, rich and succulent. In this system, every good tone conspires to inspire and intone another, and another, and another. It is a self-perpetuating community of love, locally optimized vibrational entanglement. In this pantheon of vibrational agreements, each element of the periodic table is said to emit a vibrational signature. In fact, we can look at charts of Fraunhofer lines and see where each element is vibrating in the visible spectrum. We can determine by looking at stars and seeing where the vibrations line up what their composition is. In truth, it is this vibrational signature of the elements which emits the element. Harmonic propagation, vibrational instigation. I have a simple way to explain and therefore understand why hydrogen atoms prevail in cosmos. It is because their structure is a delightfully simple vibrational bell, and that allows it to ring and sing quite literally and delightfully persistently. You know, one of the things to remember about vibration is it just happened, and now it just happened, and now it just happened, and now it's happening, and it's happening, and it will happen, and will happen. So, you know, wherever we are on that scale of what just happened, or what is happening, or what will happen, we're still riding a wave of vibration. We can be well pleased that hydrogen's song is being sung throughout cosmos continually, vibrating and revibrating and revibrating again. It reminds us there is a symphony of consistency which endures throughout infinity. Now, I will utter that word in Michael's presence, understanding he is as well present intermittently. In fact, all is present in an intermittent manner. The mathematically pristine vibrational relationships of cosmos cause the existence and presence of all form, all entity, all identity. Fortunately, the range of human hearing provides beautiful examples of consonant constructive harmonic relationships. And before we go back to the page, I want to do a little something with harmonic relationships. So that's what's at play inside all of these notes. Now you have some great photographs of X-ray diffraction patterns. So if you can look at your chart for a moment, your handout. We want to take a look on the left-hand side where it says the X-ray diffraction patterns of platinum and iridium. So when you look at these pictures, let me tell you how they're made. They take an element, a very specific location, and they take an X-ray and they shoot a picture through it. And then they take another X-ray at a different angle and shoot a picture through the element that way. And what you then see is the cross-section of the energetic activity that is happening inside of an atom. Now, the points, the heavy, dark points, those are the corners of the atom. Those are the points at which the atom, we have an identical system of vibration. We talk about those points. That is the block that builds the whole thing together. It's a vibrational exoskeleton, if you will. Inside of that, though, there are countless, well, we shouldn't say countless, they are countable, but there are interactions happening of vibrations as they combine and co-combine along the lines of the harmonic overtone series. Because even, I shouldn't say even at this level, especially at this level, harmonic overtones are remarkably present. They are inside of a tuned vessel designed to generate harmonic overtones. How do I know that? Because harmonic overtones generated it. So enjoy looking at those. I'm rather fond of all elemental songs. Though I hear them not, I can see their symphony. Looking at these X-ray diffraction patterns, I can perceive the atomic structure of the element as an exoskeleton of vibrational nodes, which form a containment vessel for harmonic interaction. If we could turn that down just a little. This is a key point, if you will, the cosmic symphony. To know that at all levels of scale, in all domains known and unknown, the song sings forth, the sound rings forth, harmony becoming harmony, becoming harmony. The reverberations of that song, you see, are you and me and we. All the things we get to see, all the thoughts we get to think, all the feelings that we feel, All of that and all that is vibration is love's path. Bob, just go ahead and pull that whole signal out. Thank you. Consider the idea that love is a cooperative venture between energy and harmony. The two are inextricably linked. They self-define and self-align. Harmony is the means by which energy achieves propagation, which in turn perpetuates harmony. The summation of their equation is something we enjoy every day. Welcome to the world of matter. Integrated energetic systems are a context in which vibrational motion is summarized. The frequency signatures of these vibrational cooperations and coordinates are fundamentally a conspiring of overtones in a pulsing, playful, constructive matter. Their way is harmony and love abounds, vibration and recreation. Now, harmonic propagation, why does it matter? Play on words. Because harmony makes matter. The harmonic series is a delivery system for divine energetic information. And all the information is love. All of it, every bit of it is love. Wow, frequencies, coordinates flying through at actual light speed, intent upon vibrationally integrated integrity. Harmony has one rule. Harmony rules. All expressions of beingness are played upon a field of harmony. We cannot escape harmony because we are harmony. We exist in a field where vibrational agreements are in place and intact, and we are harmony's child, more than subset, more than geometry. We are harmony incarnate. Ancient cosmos ever knew, you and me ever knew, but looking older. Isn't it wondrous? Everything that is precipitates from harmonic fire. We are all sparks of energy and songs of harmony. The elements are singing, intentioned bells ringing, vibration all scheming, sweet love now conceiving. So let's close by vibrating together. The words to this song are very simple. Love. So let's find the coordinates. Here, that's our root. That's the fifth, and this has its own line of overtones. So find one of those, and you'll be singing right along. Works really well with your mouth open. And instead of saying love, we're going to say love. Be like cosmos, a harmonic free-for-all of love. Love. This is where you make up your own melodies. Changes, but our notes still work. Love, love,
I got to say one thing. We need a TED Talk from this man, or a Herald Talk, you know. That is fabulous. Every year you do something with this harmonic vibration, and I find it thrilling.
I'm happy to do it.